Hi, gorgeous. Welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin. I have a really beautiful flow today for you to help you open up, activate your heart chakra. This energy center sits at the heart space, and it's all about self-love, self-compassion, being able to give love and receive it nice and balanced. So naturally, we're going to be getting into the chest, opening the chest up, getting into the shoulders, our arms, our hands, the back, just really getting into all those beautiful, loving spaces. So you will need 2 blocks to begin with. So have those right with you, right from the beginning. Grab a blanket just in case. And if you love to work with crystals, I invite you just to grab yourself some rose quartz. Rose quartz is very loving. It's a beautiful crystal. Really does help to activate the heart chakra as well. Don't worry if you don't have any, that's okay. It's just a nice addition to your yoga practice. So go grab those things, roll out the mat. Let's get started. So before you lie down on your back, just grab those 2 blocks. Place 1 block on the medium setting lengthwise. This is where your shoulder blades are going to go when you lie down. And the other block on its highest setting where your head will go as you lie down. So the idea here is to sort of help open up the chest. It's meant to be super comfortable, so you might just need to adjust it a little bit. If the blocks really aren't comfortable, you can also opt to use like a rolled up blanket or rolled up blankets. Or if you just don't want to use props at all, you don't have to, just pop them to the side. As far as your legs, you can extend them out nice and straight, or you can bend them. Just make sure your bottom is touching, grounding down onto the mat. And when you feel comfortable, like truly comfortable, close your eyes and just let yourself arrive here on this mat, in this position. And just check in with how you feel physically, how you feel emotionally and spiritually. Just notice your breath. Maybe it's a little shallow, maybe it's a bit deep and full. Just no judgment here, just let it be what it wants to be. So your heart chakra, or Anahata in Sanskrit, is located at your heart, and it's the color green or pink. It represents love, both for yourself and for others, for the animals, the planet, the cosmos, and everything in between. It's the chakra of compassion and empathy and joy and, of course, self-love. So you have already made an amazing start in practicing self-love by simply showing up on your mat, dedicating this time to connect with the present moment, taking time to breathe and move with intention. That's an act of love. So what are some other areas of your life that you could show yourself more compassion? Where could you give yourself a little more love? So just start to activate your Ujjayi breath. Take a big inhale through the nostrils, gently constrict the throat, feel that breath move down, and then as you exhale, allow that breath to come through the mouth, letting out a quiet sigh that may sound something similar to. Do this about 5 or 6 times, just breathing in, constrict the throat, let it go. Do it in your own time now. So although the heart chakra resembles the heart, it's also connected to your lungs, your shoulders, your upper back, your blood, immune system, the thymus gland. So often when this chakra is out of balance or it might be blocked, it's possible to experience physical manifestations in these areas. And when there's emotional blocks of the heart chakra, you may struggle to forgive others or yourself. You might see life from a pessimistic or a critical view. You may find it hard to share how you truly feel, or hold a deep fear of rejection and abandonment. So today's practice is a perfect way to ease or remove the blocks so love can be let in and you can live from a more open-hearted perspective. So take a full breath in and prepare to come onto your sit bones. And then just set your blocks to the side and come onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. So from here, align your shoulders over the wrists. Stack your knees in line with the hips. Align your legs so they're hip distance apart. Spread the fingers. You're very welcome to place a blanket under your knees here if they're feeling a bit sensitive today. Just soften the neck, keep the gaze looking between your hands. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathe in as you practice a few cat-cows. So drop your belly down towards the mat, lift the tailbone, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, arch your spine toward the ceiling, lower the head, tuck the tailbone down, cat pose. Inhale, come to cow, belly drops, head comes up, heart expands. Exhale, come to cat, push down through your fingers and palms, pull the space between your shoulder blades towards the sky. So repeat this cat-cow flow for a few more breaths and just try to accentuate the movement of your heart space. So as you inhale, allow your heart to open. And as you exhale, open the space up between your shoulder blades. The upper back reaches up toward the sky. On your next inhale, bring it back to a neutral spine. Exhale, come into puppy dog pose. So keep your hips above your knees and just start to curl your hands forward while pushing the sit bones up towards the sky. See if you can drop your chest down, your heart down, and even your chin down without forcing it. If you can't make it all the way, that is completely fine. You listen to your body here. You might like to rest your forehead on the mat if it makes it that far, but that's okay if it doesn't. Just see how far your body wishes to go today. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath cycle. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in, walk your hands back, press your hips to heels, bring those big toes to touch, come to child pose. Arms can stay out in front, or you might want to wrap them towards your feet. Rest your forehead on the back of the hands if that's comfortable. Really just tune in with the body. So your arms and hands are also an extension of your heart chakra. And so naturally, they're an extension of your love. When you give someone a hug, you're wrapping your arms around them. You're forming a really deep connection, that heart-to-heart connection. It's really, really special. So take a deep breath in, crawl your hands as far as you can over to the right while your hips sink a little to the left for a side arm child pose variation. Send the breath to the side of the body. Extend as much as you can through the spine. Inhale, gently crawl your hands all the way over to the left. Sink your hips a little onto or down into the right side this time. And breathe with intention. Really resting into this pose. That forehead melt down onto the mat, or you might like to keep gazing downwards. Inhale, come back to tabletop position onto your hands and knees. And on your next exhale, walk both hands one handprint forward, engage the core, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Press through the palms, lengthen the spine, and from here just find some gentle movements. Maybe pedal the feet, maybe roll your weight from side to side onto the edges of the feet. Move your head for yes and no. Good. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and start to take little steps up towards your hands as you come to standing forward fold. Root your feet down to the ground. You can add a slight bend to the knees if you're sort of feeling that those calf muscles, hamstrings are a little tight. Inhale, engage the core, lift halfway up, lengthen the spine, chest forward. Exhale, fold and relax down, melt the heart down toward the thighs. Inhale, rise to standing arms, sweep your arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms together at your heart space. So from here, keep both edges of your hands pressed together, so your pinkies and your thumbs, as well as the base of your palms. And then begin to peel open the rest of the fingers so that it becomes like a blooming lotus flower. And this hand mudra symbolizes the purity of the heart and the openness to receive love and to give love. So stay in this pose for a few more breaths and just imagine a deep emerald green radiating from the heart center and the palms of the hands. This is the color of your heart chakra. And if you find it challenging to imagine a green, maybe you might like to imagine the color pink, for that too is the same color as the heart chakra. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Press your hands together in Kali Mudra with the index fingers pressed together, pointing up, left thumb over the right thumb. Take a deep inhale. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, gently bend the upper body to the right. Continue to ground down through the legs and heels. Inhale to lengthen the side of the body and arms. Exhale to bend a little more. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, take it over to the left. Take another full deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, come back to center, release your hands and move into cactus arm back bend. Open your arms out wide, bend your elbows like a cactus, wrists and elbows in line, elbows and shoulders in line. And exhale, extend your heart upwards, relax the shoulders down. Point your tailbone down and move into a gentle back bend. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Let that heart shine forward. On your next inhale, slowly rise up to stand. Continue to ground down through the feet. Exhale, dive forward. Hinge at the hips, standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Extend through the heart. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, plant your palms down. Fingers out wide. Step your right foot back. Left foot back, coming down into a plank pose. Feel free to drop your knees. Take an inhale, move into chaturanga. So shift yourself forward an inch, rolling onto your toes. Bend the elbows straight back, keep them hugged into the body, and release all the way down nice and slowly. Release the tops of your feet, press firmly down onto the mat. Inhale, activate the core, lift the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, peel the chest off the mat. Keep those elbows hugged into the body. And exhale again, lowering down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Good. Send your hips to your heels. Come into child pose. Widen your knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. Place your arms wherever they want to land. Rest your forehead onto the mat and just continue to breathe here. And I invite you to think about someone in your life that you could love a little more deeply. And that someone may even be you. And consider how you might show them some more love despite past hurt or situations that might have contributed to lessening or dampening the love for them. Often the more aggressive or assertive feelings can get in the way of allowing ourselves to love fully and to send that same love to others. So maybe now is the time to let some of those walls down, make it easier to receive and send love. So take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, come to tabletop pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up to the sky, lengthen the spine. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop up toward your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in, chest forward. Exhale, forward fold, let the chest melt into the upper thighs. Inhale, rise to Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, interlace the fingers for Kali Mudra. Index fingers pressed together, pointing up. Slowly bend to your right, hips gently extended to the left. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. Back to center, breathe in. Exhale, up and over to the left, hips to the right. Inhale, come back to center, the cactus arms. Exhale, open the arms out wide, lift the heart, and let your heart chakra beam. On your next inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart for Anjali Mudra. Rest your thumbs on your sternum, your breastbone. Bring your awareness to the beat of your heart near your hands. So the element associated with heart chakra is air. So naturally, every breath we take symbolizes both life, prana, and movement as our lungs and diaphragm and abdomen expand and contract. Air is such an abundant resource for all of us, a gift from Mother Earth to help us sustain life and fulfill our purpose. So take a full breath in and just simply appreciate the breath. Appreciate the air that moves into your lungs. And then give thanks to your heart, your physical heart, for pumping oxygen to all your cells. Because in essence, air can represent a pure state of love. as it asks for nothing, yet provides so much. So as you continue to breathe, you may like to use the affirmation, with each breath, I offer unconditional love to every part of myself. With each breath, I offer unconditional love to every part of myself. Take another deep breath in. I'm going to prepare to come into tree pose. So ground down through all four corners of your feet. Engage your leg muscles. As you inhale, come onto the ball of your right foot and turn the whole right leg out to the side. So you can stay here if you like, or you can lift the right leg up, plant your foot onto the inner left calf muscle or the thigh above your knee. Point the lifted legs, toes down toward the mat. Soften your gaze and just continue to press the palms together as your thumbs stay connected to your heart center, your sternum area. Now from here, if you like, you can keep your palms pressed and you can raise them up instead towards the sky if that feels good. But whatever you choose, just send your breath to anywhere in the body that needs it right now. Maybe your shoulders are needing it, maybe the upper back area, maybe the thighs. You know where that breath needs to go. On your next inhale, bring your hands back to your heart center if they're not there yet. And exhale, rotate your right knee and foot in front of you for one-legged Tadasana. Inhale, take a big step back with your right leg into a low lunge. Travel your arms down to the mat and just make sure your wrists are below the shoulders. Left knee is bent so it's in line with the ankle. Release your right knee to the ground. And inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, take hold of your right wrist, gently bend over to the left, and just stay here. Try to lift the navel up towards the spine, relax the shoulders. On your next inhale, come back to center, release your hands, and take them down onto the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out, lift your back knee, engage the core, step your left foot back to plank pose. Feel free to drop your knees on the mat here. And Chaturanga, breathe in, shift yourself forward an inch, roll slightly onto your toes, bend the elbows, engage your core as you go all the way down, spine nice and long. Once there, inhale, cobra pose, engage the glutes, press through the palms, open that chest. And breathe, just draw your shoulders back, beam that heart center forwards. Take another full breath in and exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up towards the sky, bring your gaze to the navel. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, make some noise. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take one more inhale. Exhale, step or hop up towards your hands for Uttanasana. Inhale, engage the core, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, relax the head and neck down. Inhale, rise to standing up, sweep those arms out and up. Exhale, palms together at your heart, Tadasana. Just adjust your stance here if you need to. Feel your feet really rooted down to the ground. Relax the shoulders, open that chest. So in a moment, you're going to take reverse prayer hands. The first option, and this one is really, really good if you've got really tight shoulders or you've got tight pectoralis muscles of the chest, is to take both arms behind you and then hold opposite elbows. This will open up the chest, it opens up the shoulders, it kind of naturally pulls them back. So you can stay here if you like, or if you want to practice the full pose, Move your arms behind your back. Join your palms together in prayer position. Fingertips are facing down. Bend your elbows. Open the chest here and make space for the heart. And then from here, you're going to breathe in. Turn your fingertips inwards and up toward the spine and bring them to face upwards. Press your palms together. Relieve those shoulders. Just draw them from the ears. Open the chest here. And feel that energy, the expansiveness and love move through the chest and the shoulders as you breathe deeply. Take a full breath in and release your arms. So take another deep breath in and shift your weight onto your right. See if you can come into tree pose with your left foot lifted this time. And again, don't feel like you need to lift your left foot all the way up to the right thigh. You can simply rest it on the side of your right ankle, or you can place it on the calf muscle. It's really about finding what your body is asking for right now. But continue to breathe and imagine lifting your heart up toward the sky. Really standing solid in this foundation. Feeling love just completely envelope your entire body. Take a full and nourishing breath in. And exhale, rotate your left knee and foot in front of you for one-legged Tadasana. Take one last big breath in. And breathe out, release your hands and take a big step back for your low lunge. Palms rooted into the ground, wrists below the shoulders. Lower your left knee down. Bend your right foot so it's in line with your ankle. As you breathe in, reach both arms up towards the sky. Lift the chest. And exhale, take hold of your left wrist. Gently bend over to the right. Sink your hips a little deeper down toward the ground. Stay here for a few more breaths. Inhale, come back to center. Release the hands, reach up high. And exhale, take them down onto the mat. Breathe in. And exhale, lift your back knee. Step your left leg back to find high plank. Feel free to drop your knees to the mat here. Chaturanga, breathe out, engage your upper shoulders, back muscles, slowly lower all the way down. Rest your chin or your forehead down onto the mat. Zip up your legs. Reach your arms back toward your tailbone and interlace your fingers. On your next inhale, you're going to activate the core, your hamstrings, your glutes, and you're going to lift the chest up. If it's okay on your legs, try to float your feet for locust pose. I know it's hard, so as you inhale, see if you can come up a little higher, draw your shoulder blades towards, shine the heart forward. Continue to breathe. You've got this. Take one more inhale, lift up a little more. Exhale, gently release down, press to child pose, hips to heels. So from here in child pose, bring your arms out in front of you, press your palms together and take your hands to the back of your head. This is a beautiful tricep stretch. If you just want to find even more of a stretch here, go a little deeper. Just shimmy your elbows forward a little and continue to stretch back. Just keep breathing. And I invite you to think about being out in nature. And just recognize how many natural things are the color green, same color as your heart chakra. Nature is a wonderful, wonderful place to visit when you're finding it really difficult to live in gratitude, or you're having trouble forgiving yourself or someone else. Often the greenery of nature can really help restore your heart chakra so that you may love more fully and form deep and meaningful relationships because, you're being open to being loved and you're offering love. So you can imagine, whilst being in nature, that as you breathe the air into your lungs, you're also breathing in vibrant green and healing energy that can cleanse and rebalance your heart chakra. So take a full deep breath in and a full cleansing breath out. And again, breathing in. Breathe out. Release your hands down onto the mat. Lift onto your hands and knees for tabletop pose. And just stay here for a moment. Keep breathing. One more deep inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. So spread your feet out wide so they come almost to the edge of the mat. Feel free to walk your hands a little closer to the legs if that's more comfortable. Spread the fingers. Breathe in. Place your right hand somewhere on the outside of your left leg for a down dog twist. If you can't reach the side of the leg, place your hand anywhere on the opposite leg. Bend your knees if you need to lengthen the spine. That's completely fine. That can also help create more stability. Not put too much pressure on the left shoulder there. Relax your head and breathe. Good. Release and switch sides. Left hand on right leg, wherever it's comfortable. Try not to pull the right leg forwards. Shift those hips so they're center and root down through your right hand, especially your right index finger and thumb, because they tend to kind of come off the mat a bit. So really root down through them and breathe. Take a full breath in and gently release. Good. Keep your feet wide. As you inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, step or hop up your feet to the outside of your hands for a wide-legged standing forward fold. Let your head and neck relax. Inhale, engage the core, lift halfway up, chest forward. Exhale, fold and relax down. Melt the heart toward the thighs. Allow the crown of your head to release down toward the mat. And just stay here for a moment. Hold the opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Just really relax down into this pose. Release your hands to the ground. Turn your toes out slightly, heels in. Engage the glutes, the hip flexors, and then begin to sink down into a wide squat. Malasana garland pose. If your heels are floating, just use a folded blanket to support the heels. Or you're welcome to sit on a medium setting on your block if that's going to support your sit bones a bit better. Once you arrive here, place the elbows inside the thighs, press the palms together for prayer position. This is opening up the chest. And see if you can bring your thumbs back towards your heart. They mightn't touch, but start to reach them toward that direction. Breathe deeply. One more inhale. And exhale, lift your hips forward, hands on the mat, and pivot your heels back to center as you come into a wide-legged standing forward fold. Take a deep inhale, lift halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your right knee, bring your right palm center of your face, and inhale, raise your left arm up towards the sky for a gentle twist. Try to slide your shoulders away from your ears. See if you can send your left arm behind you and toward your right hip for a half bind. Roll the shoulder blades back, open the chest. Use your breath, send yourself some love. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in, shoulders from the ears. And exhale, bend your left knee, left palm below your face. Inhale, raise your right arm up towards the sky. Find your twist. Feel your shoulders move back away from your ears. You can choose to stay here. If you want to open the chest up more, send your right arm up behind you toward your left hip for a half bind. And as you breathe, just send some love again to any area of the body that needs it. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release your head, neck and hands. And heel toe your feet in toward each other. Bend your knees, but keep them soft and heavy as you inhale. Start to come up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slowly. Head being the last thing that comes up. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Gently roll your shoulders back and down. Do this 3 more times. Oh, it feels so good. One last one. Draw your shoulders down away from the ears. Turn your palms so they're facing forwards. Reset your stance if you need to. And then close your eyes. Find that sense of love for yourself. The Heart Chakra mantra is YAM, which translates to I am love. What could you do more to show yourself some love? It doesn't need to be a huge gesture. Even looking at yourself in the mirror every morning and saying, I love you, can be such a powerful expression of self-love. Take another full deep breath in and breathe out. Just blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Take your right knee with you and meet in one-legged Tadasana. Find your balance here. One more breath, you've got this. And breathe out. Bring your arms to your hips. Square your hips so the chest is facing forwards. Step your right foot back about 4 feet or less. Really depends on your flexibility. From here, pivot your right heel about 45 degrees externally. So the heel should line up, heel to heel. On your next inhale, bend your front foot so the knee is stacked over the ankle. Back leg will stay straight, but keep pressing through that back heel. As you breathe out, roll your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulder blades back, lift the chest, breathe in. Exhale, humble warrior. Begin to dive forward with your chest. Shoulder may come to your thigh. Allow your arms to peel off your body as comfortably as they'll go. Keep those abdominal muscles contracted. Go a little deeper. Find stability here and breathe. Engage your core and thighs. Rise to stand. Bring your chest up. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to find downward facing dog. Turn your right foot forward, step your left foot back, hips to the sky. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop up towards your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, chest forward. Exhale, fold, melt the heart toward the thighs and relax. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise to standing arms. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Same thing as you've done on the other side. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Take your left knee with you to meet in one-legged Tadasana. And exhale, hold your balance. You've got this. Take a full breath in. And exhale, bring your arms to your hips. Take a big step back with your left foot for warrior one. Pivot your left heel externally, 45 degrees. Square your hips so they're facing the short edge of the mat. Inhale, bend your front foot. And exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Gently dive your chest forward. Reach your heart toward the ground and your shoulders down toward the thighs. Breathe deeply. On your next inhale, strong legs, strong core, rise up to stand, release your hands, reach them up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Take a full breath in and breathe out through the mouth with a breathe in. And come onto your knees to prepare for camel pose. So for this pose, you'll need a blanket and 2 blocks. So have your blocks, one on either side of your feet on the highest setting. If you have a lot of sensitivity in the knees or the shins or the feet, then grab a blanket, fold it so that your knees, shin and feet can rest on it evenly. So come into a kneeling position, knees hip distance apart, hips stacked over your knees. Take a breath in and lengthen your tailbone down, engage the hamstrings. Keep all of those thighs, the quadriceps, keep them nice and firm, facing forward. As you exhale, take your hands to the middle of the ribs, near your heart chakra. Roll your shoulders up and back, hug the elbows, draw the shoulder blades together, and lift through the upper chest and spine. You're going to find a nice gentle bend in the upper back here. Stay here for a few breaths just to really get centered, get used to this pose. Continue to arch the spine. Continue to lift the chest. If you'd like to go a little deeper with this, go into the full version of camel pose. Release your hands, grab hold of the blocks on their highest setting and continue to find that stretch in the spine, really opening up the chest. The other option is to take hold of the top of your feet, your heels, and you continue to press the hips forward, engage the thighs. Allow your head here to be an extension of your spine. So you can choose to either take it all the way back or as far as it's comfortable. This is quite an intense pose, so really, really listen to what your body is telling you right now. Just feel that back bend through the chest. Lift that heart. Lift the heart chakra. Really activate and balance it out. Continue to breathe. To come out of this pose, bring one hand at a time onto your lower back. Use the muscles of your upper back to lift yourself up. Slowly bring your head and back to center, and then come back down to sit on your heels. Take a deep inhale and then come on down to child pose. Widen the knees, big toes touch. Bow forward, forward to the ground, or have it rest on the back of your hands. Starting to wind down now, just take some deep breaths here. Take a full breath in and come to tabletop pose onto your hands and knees. And from here, you're going to be sending some love to your hands and wrists. It's an extension of your heart chakra. So one hand at a time. Externally rotate your wrist 180 degrees. So the fingers point to your knees, or maybe even off to the side of the mat or somewhere in between. Once you land there, start to gently make circles with your wrists in one direction. And then when you're ready, change directions. Keep breathing deeply. And then just listen to your hands and wrists. Maybe you might like to turn one hand over so the back of the hand is resting on the mat, if that feels good. And you can do both at the same time. Really start to feel a bit of a stretch in your wrists with these gentle movements. So on your next inhale, take your left forearm, place that in front of your right knee, just your forearm down, palm facing up, okay? So pick up your right knee and gently roll it over your forearm for a bit of a massage. Close to your elbow, the wrist, even onto the palm of your hand, if that feels good. And when you've had enough on this side, you might like to switch over to the other side. So right forearm to left knee, palm facing up, and the same thing. So it's your body weight, so you can use more or less, depending on what's feeling good here. And when you are done, find your way to a seat. Take your legs out in front of you. We might like to sit on your heels with the knees bent. Just choose a seated position that's really, really comfortable. So inhale, bring length to the spine, allow the chest to just naturally open as you invite more love in. And soften the eyebrows, your jaw, the neck. Just let love in without resistance. And imagine your chest center as a 12-petal lotus flower. And just watch it as it slowly opens. Green or pink light moving into its center, nourishing your heart space. As you open yourself to this experience of receiving love so easily and naturally, I invite you to consider who else in your life could do with a little more love. And with your breath, send some love their way now. Take a full breath in and exhale, extend that love even further to the entire world. And try to send each and every living being the same compassion and love that you would to someone you care about dearly. So from here, just tune into anything else that your body might need before you move into Shavasana. So do that now. Just really tune into what helps you to feel loved and supported. Move mindfully and breathe with intention as you finish up any poses that you're currently taking. And slowly make your way to Shavasana. So before lying down completely, you might like to use the 2 blocks that you used in the same way that you had done at the beginning of today's practice. So 1 block on the highest setting to support the head, the back of the head, and the other on the medium setting to support the midline of the back. Or you can use blankets if that's better, or just nothing at all. Totally up to you. Just get yourself very comfortable. And when you have found that comfort, that ultimate sense of comfort, if you haven't already, close your eyes. Let your body relax onto the ground beneath you. Allow your breath to find a natural and gentle rhythm. Feel the air move in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you inhale, repeat to yourself, I love. And as you exhale, repeat, I am loved. Inhale, I love. Exhale, I am loved. So continue to repeat this affirmation with your breath for a little while longer. Or you may like to meditate on what it means to be love and to be loved. You are a divine being of pure love, here to experience life and all the ups and downs it can bring. When you experience hurt, rejection, or a broken heart, it can be hard to imagine that your heart will ever be whole again. Forgiveness can seem like an impossible thing to do, and the idea of sharing your feelings and emotions with others in such vulnerable ways can seem quite scary. But as you gently open yourself up and let love in, your heart chakra can support you, among all the other chakras, to help you heal and grow from each experience. At the deepest level, you will realize that you are the love that you seek. And the more you recognize this, the less you will need to seek it from the outside world. So take a full and loving breath in and smile. And then when you're ready, you can start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Maybe roll the wrists, move your neck from side to side. Just let some movement flow through your body once again. And when you're ready, with your eyes still closed, carefully and slowly come up to a seated position. Sit up nice and tall, and just notice how you feel right now. Bring your palms together to your heart space. Find your sternum with your thumbs. Press in and feel your heartbeat and the rising of your chest. The Dalai Lama once said, "As you breathe in, cherish yourself. As you breathe out, cherish others." Gently bow your head. Honor yourself. Honor the teacher within. Namaste.